What is 2 multiplied by 4, Mr. Tharoor?
This question reminds me of an unwilling organ donor from the bucolic suburbs of Roussillon-Midi-Pezon, who later realized he was in fact an organ trafficker suffering from retrograde amnesia. The solid, intense, gravity-defying matter of the fact is that the genesis of this very question is erected on a dangling Herculean assumption which is open to logical dispute and potent exchange of intellectual fluids. Allow my academic husk flirting with my scholarly baritones to make an attempt to simplify and sophisticate this question further. Multiplication is nothing but a division which has lost its temper due to diabolical malevolence of numerates who orchestrated a whole movement in the latter half of the former century, where they acutely endeavored not only to malign the innocence of this poor symbol, but also to malign the innocence of this poor symbol. This addition of insult to the injury sprinkled enough manure in the fields of do not get the word, which in turn tickled the miseries further and dilated a whole timeline, an exhale of a puff like a huh. Coming back in the uterus of the question, a parabolic impulse of a hyperbolic society still screams in suppressed echoes the long-forgotten fact that number 4 is nothing but an intuitive, impulsive, instinctive, emotional, and aggressive exaggeration of the number 2. They might have different shape, size, texture, pronunciation, values, usage, formulas, narratives, geometric resonance, visual stimulation, perceptive curves, and so on and so forth. But the similarities and the differences overrides the differences and the similarities. The subtle imperative which can truly second spit the real essence of this unicorn's conundrum, ultimately revealing the answer, is the knowledge that the boorish metamorphosis of an innocent symbol, when shares a platform together with the trenchant exaggeration of a gullible number, can never provide us with an equal 2. Before I conclude and put an end to this question once and for all, let me completely ruin it for all my homies out there. This one is for you, my homies. At the drop of a hat, it's a hot potato, and cutting mustard will not hit the sack sheets or hay. The cosmic graffiti jumping on the bandwagon, feel under the weather but keep things at bay. Put a wool in your eye from the horse's mouth, cutting corners trusting the grapevine. One overdosed himself to death, and then there were 9. Juxtapositioning, pun-similes, metaphorical contradictions, adjectivitis idioms. It's all like playing linguistic chess. Whithersoever, whomsoever, moresoever, nonetheless. Hyperboles, classic rhetorics, euphemistic allegories are all passengers crossing an endless station. A simple sorry, a pound a year. Yes, the Briton does owe reparation. At last, I would conclude the argument by saying that concluding it with an answer will dilute the ripples of nomadic tickle this question intends to instill through its equative paradigms, and thus therefore I would simply hang this question in the intellectual gardens of your academic fantasies so that it can be spanked with open inquiry and critical thinking. And for those of you who cherishes to dwell in the obscure complications and seek refuge in pseudo-intellectual and logical complexities and conspiracies of the world, while turning a blind eye to the explanation which is simple, plain, straightforward, lucid and smooth. For those I would answer this question in their own idiom. Do ekam do duni char, do tiya chhe, do chauka 8. Thank you, Sir Chairman, Madam Speaker.